Alrighty, so if you stick with me in this video, I promise you I will show you how to create a fully functional game that you can deploy on the internet, share with your friends and family, and look like a genius. We're going to do this using artificial intelligence, so no coding experience is required. If you've never coded before in your life, don't stress. We're going to use two tools, Grok and Lovable. Those are the only two tools we're going to use. Plus, on top of all of this, they are completely free. So we're going to build this for completely free. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm in Grok, and I find Grok is the best when it comes to outlines, when it comes to planning. So in our case, when we want to develop out the design and the plan for our game, Grok is the way to go, especially with its deep search function. Okay, so how are we going to do this? You're going to come to Grok, completely free, just sign in, and you're going to hit the deep search button to make sure it's toggled on. And then I've got a couple of prompts that you guys can literally just steal, and I want to copy those across now. Okay, so I've got our prompt here, and it's create a highly polished AI/robot themed shooter game. I thought the AI theme would be cool given the purpose of my channel and the newsletter, AI the Boring. So we went with that using p5.js. This is a JavaScript format that is best for 2D games, which is what we're aiming to build. So that's that. And then the game should have smooth mechanics, responsive controls, and engaging visual effects, right? One thing to note here is we said design all sprites and assets from scratch. This is important in that it's all the different characters and sound effects and components that make up our game. We're saying we want to build it from scratch. So, down the line, we don't get a request to integrate with an external asset catalog or an API that's paid, and it just starts complicating the development of our game. So I've said create everything from scratch, keeps it nice and simple, and we go from there. Right? Do not use any pre-made or external assets. Final product should feel sleek and refined and with an immersive experience for players. Alrighty, so we're going to toggle deep search on, and we're going to hit run. Deep search is now going to run, and might take about a minute or so, and it's going to build out our full outline for our game in a lot of depth, and we'll go from there once it's complete. Okay, it's done. So you can see how much information is here. It thought for 47 seconds, used 10 different sources, and you can see it's reasoning, thinking, planning, game design, implementing enemy AI, and it gave us this. So key points, game overview, asset design, mechanics and controls, visual effects, so forth, and a little bit of code here. So this gives us a good outline. I mean, even a table for the organization, so for players, enemies, projectiles, so forth. So it really just does a good job of doing a deep dive into the game we want to achieve, and giving us that outline. Now what do we do, right? What we do is I have another prompt here that I'm going to copy across, and it says create a complete and functional code block for this game. So we're saying take the design and give us the code, right? All assets and sprites must be fully original and created within the script, like we said before. Ensure smooth gameplay mechanics, so forth. The final implementation should be immersive and ready to play without any additional files or dependencies. Okay, so we're going to take this piece of code, and then we're going to put this into Lovable. But let's run this first. What we're going to do now is we're going to switch to the think model. And basically this just allows us, we're not doing a deep dive. We're not asking for a further outline. We just want the code. So it's saying take that outline and give us the code for it. So we're going to use the think module for that. So we're going to run that. It's going to think. It shouldn't think for too long, and it should give us our code. In the meantime, I've got Lovable up over here, which we're going to run there. But I've also got another component up, which is p5.js, which is our JavaScript format that we're building the game in. And this is a free website where you can just go to p5js.org, hit the start coding button, and then it gives you a little bit of like a canvas of code where you can preview the game, right? So it's really simple to do. So once we have the code here, we will trial it in this web editor just to see how it looks, and then we'll go into Lovable and we start making it look real fancy. And let's wait until this is stopped thinking and we've got our code, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so it started to actually build out our code. It did think for quite a while. So if we actually scroll over here, thought for 121 seconds, so about 2 minutes, and then it gives us our game overview and the complete set of code right over here. So it's, I think, just completed. Yep. So simple enough. It does give us information on how we can run this. So copy this code into the p5.js editor and go ahead and edit it and run your game and play your game. But that will mean, providing this code to anyone that you want to play the game, and then they have to run it in this web editor, and it's just terrible. So We're going to run it in the web editor just to show you how it looks. So let's copy the code, literally come over here, let's paste that code in, and we are literally going to go ahead and say run. And you can see here, really, really basic. Let's run it again. Let's see if we can move around at all. I'm trying to see. Okay, you shoot with your mouse, but okay, so you can't even move. You just got to shoot. You can see it actually like times out a bit. So shoot there. Okay, so not great at all, and bear with me because we're going to make this work and look a lot better, because right now I agree it looks terrible. It's functioning not too great, and this is how far you could get. But now we're going to bring in Lovable. Plus, I mentioned earlier or in the title that Claude 3.7 Sonnet is involved here. Lovable have now integrated with Claude 3.7 Sonnet, which is making waves over the last week with its functionalities when it comes to workflows and external tools. So from a no-code perspective, using Claude 3.7 Sonnet is really a game changer, and I'm going to show you how. Okay, so we're in Lovable, and we're basically going to preempt the code we're going to add in here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to just paste in this prompt saying I'm building a p5.js implementation of an AI robot-themed shooting game, and I have the code to implement below. Colon, just double-click, copy up code, and go ahead and just paste it in there straight. We're going to launch it in Lovable, and then we're going to let Lovable run through the code where it needs to go and give us a preview, hopefully with no errors, but let's see. I'm going to jump to the output, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so no errors, and we actually got the game successfully into Lovable, which looks very similar to the one we had on the web editor. So it says game over, click to restart. If we click, we can try and shoot these, but it's actually really hard and difficult. Okay, we killed one there, click to restart. Okay, so now we're going to add in this prompt. So I'm going to go in there, I'm going to say, I found the game played to be too simple and not competitive at all. The environment and enemy robots are absolutely hideous. They barely resemble robots or a stunning environment or / battlefield and fail to intimidate me at all. I'm aiming for the game to go viral, where my focus is AR products and building of those products. Redesign the robots and the environment to make any other tweaks to boost the chances of it going viral. So let's start with that, and let me just show you. I've done this previously with another game that I'll launch, and I'll link in the description, but I want to show you how Lovable takes this and then, you know, just picks it up and goes with it. So let's run that, and let's see how Lovable responds, because right now it does look pretty trash. So I understand you want to make the game more competitive and visually appealing. Let's enhance it. So this might take a while, so I'm going to jump to when we have the results, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, and on edit number 2, after adding that prompt, you can see how much it has revamped the game. So we've got cyber, robot, battlefield, show controls. So arrow key to move your robot, mouse to aim your weapon, left click or space to shoot. Collect power-ups. So we've got power-ups in health, shield, rapid fire. That's pretty cool. And let's play a little bit of the game. So let's move around. Oh, wait. Let's try and see. Okay, we can't move. That's definitely something to work on. So I'm going to say here, cannot move in the game by using the arrow keys. So let's work on that and let's improve that. But you can already see off the bat, it's just a much more beautiful UI. The functionality is a lot better. And I mean, when we start comparing it to, you know, this over here, it starts adding some nice depth, and we're only on edit number 2 within Lovable. So the whole thing here for me is it takes Lovable, takes the game that you've built out of the plan, and Lovable really does transform it. So let's try again here and see if we can move around. Okay, there's a lot of these guys shooting at us. This makes it really difficult. Okay, so let's see if we can first move around. So click to restart. Okay, I can't move. I still cannot move around, and the game is quite difficult. Let's make it a wave format. So a wave format in the sense of like the enemies come in waves, right? So wave 1, wave 2's harder than wave 1, wave 3's harder than wave 2, and so forth. It gets more and more difficult as you go. So let's see how that goes. I'm going to jump to the results of this, and then we can just see how it's looking. Okay, so we on edit 4, and let's see how this goes. Restart. Okay, perfect. We can actually start moving around, and we can actually start using this game. So you can see our enemies have a life on them. Oh, It's still fairly difficult to shoot these guys, but we're getting there, Oh, okay, you can just aim with your... Oh, that's much better. Okay. So you can aim with your mouse. Okay, there we go. Nice. Oh, let's get out the way. Okay, that's good. Got it. Wave 1 complete, 100 points. Next wave in 1 second. And then it fails. Okay, so... Well, we got shot down on the first thing of wave 2. But this goes to show just how easy it is to build these games. You can go ahead and then just start prompting Lovable and building out your game, but it gives you a solid start. It's better than going into Lovable and saying, hey, I want to build a first-person shooter, and it's going to give you something so weird to start. With this, you know what you're building. You know what you're building in. You can trial it in p5.js. And I mean, you can see from what we've gone to what it looks like now is, miles apart within 2 edits in Lovable. So from now on, you can just basically prompt it and build it, and you can really get the game to exactly what you want. So that is the video. I really hope it was beneficial. I actually carried on building out a similar game to this, which there is a link in the description below to check out. So go check it out, give it a play, let me know what you think of it. And once you guys build out your games, drop them in the comments. Let other people play around with them. I'll dive in there. I'll go play around with them. Get in contact with me. Let me know what you're building. I'd love to know about it. And then just before I go, one final request. Over 95% of the people that watch this channel are not subscribed. So if you did get some benefit out of this, or you are a person that watches my videos but is not subscribed, it does amazing things for me. If you can hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, maybe drop a comment, it does amazing things, and it allows me to continue making better and better content for you. So other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.